1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 8.
Yo, what's going on, guys? My name is Reacts, back here with another brand new video, and today we are not reacting to a video. I know. It's gonna be just me talking, so yeah. But in today's video, we are going to be ranking all the Scooby-Doo movies that have been released from 1979 to 2021. I have watched, I think, almost all of the Scooby-Doo movies besides a couple, so I might not be able to rank those ones, like, by heart, you know, like, but I have watched all of the Scooby-Doo movies, basically, because I love Scooby-Doo a lot. Luckily, the Velma show's not on here, so we don't have to worry about that. But before we get into this video, make sure to like, subscribe, turn on those post notifications on so you don't miss a single video that I post, and also make sure to go follow all my other socials, link down in my description down below. And after saying all that, let's get straight into this video. This video, because why not? Alright, so here we are on our tier maker. Lower down my mic a bit so I can lean into my computer screen. Alright, so first one we have here is Scooby-Doo Goes to Hollywood. Now, when it came to this movie, I thought this was like one of the very first Scooby-Doo movies I actually watched as a child on a VCR tape, which honestly, most of y'all probably don't know what a VCR tape even is, to be honest. Because, well, I did, because I had an old family. I have old siblings. I have an 8 and 11-year-old gap between my siblings. So, I like old stuff. But the Scooby-Doo Goes to Hollywood, it's not the best movie out of all of them, but it's a good movie. So, I'd say it's about like an average movie. So I'm going to put that on the B tier list, because that's just how that's going to be. Scooby-Doo meets the Boo Brothers. This was a pretty good crossover, in my opinion. Storyline wasn't bad. I think they had like the swamp guy in there, redneck girl that loves Shaggy. This movie also had Scrappy-Doo in it. And they were going after gems of some sort. Like, they had to find gems in order to get like a treasure. I can't, and it also like had Bigfoot or something in there. I can't remember what monster it was, but this was funny because the Boo Brothers were the ones that were hunting ghosts. I'd say this is probably I'd have to say this is probably an A tier list. Not S tier, but it's up there. I'd say it's better than the Scooby-Doo Goes to Hollywood. Okay, Scooby-Doo and the Ghoul School. Okay, now this one also was another Scrappy-Doo movie, has Scrappy-Doo in it. It doesn't have the rest of the gang. It's just Scooby-Doo, Shaggy, and Scrappy-Doo. They went to this Ghoul School because they are the new teachers there. I can't remember what they were. I think they were the PE teachers, and I'm pretty sure that's what it was. Some sort of witch was trying to like get all the monsters to come on her side and take over the world or something like that. I think that's how I remember it. It's been a while since I watched it, but it wasn't the greatest in my opinion. It was alright. But it wasn't better than Scooby-Doo Goes to Hollywood. But I'm putting that in C tier. Scooby-Doo Reluctant Werewolf. Oh crap! I can't remember if this one did have Fred, Shaggy, and Fred, Daphne, and Velma in it. But this one was an interesting one because this is where Shaggy turns into a werewolf. And then they had to cure him and all that kind of stuff. This one's a C tier as well. It's not an all-time favorite, but it's a good one. Now, Scooby-Doo Zombie Island. This one was a great Scooby-Doo movie. This is where they actually, like, the monsters were real. Like, the zombies were real. And then the demon cats were real. Like, a whole entire devil cult was happening. They got abandoned onto this island. They thought everybody was on their side. Besides the zombies, they were on their side, of course. But the humans that nobody would expect to be the one, like the villains, were actually the demon cats. So, and the songs in this were just, oh, chef's kiss. They were fire, okay? So this is an S tier movie because it is just absolutely goated. Okay, Scooby-Doo and the Witch's Ghost. I think that's the title. I don't know. I could barely see the movies because they're so tiny. But Scooby-Doo and the Witch's Ghost. That one was also another good. It was pretty scary. This is where I think this is the first time they got to meet the Hex Girls actually. And the Hex Girls, honestly, they just need to make a whole new, like, entire album. Like, Scooby-Doo, like, Warner Brothers needs to make an album of just the Hex Girls songs because their songs are just pure gold. I love the Hex Girls songs on Scooby-Doo. This is also, I feel like, an S tier movie because it was just perfect. It's, like, absolutely perfect. So we're putting that in S tier. Scooby-Doo Alien Invasion. It was alright. This is, like, so 60s. Like the theme was like really 60s because it basically is kind of based around the 60s, but this movie was okay. It's not like Zombie Island and Witch's Ghost in my opinion. I almost about rolled my ankle there, but this is it's an okay. It's like it's better than Scooby-Doo Goes to Hollywood, so I am putting this in A tier because it's not bad. Scooby-Doo Cyber Chase. Now this movie was great. This is like the second movie that I like Scooby-Doo movie that I watched in my whole entire life because I also had this movie on VCR. Again, I'm not old, but I had an old family, so I know what a VCR is. This is where they get. The Scooby-Doo gang gets blasted into the cyber chase into a video game, and they have to find Scooby snacks in each level so they can get out of the game. And on the last level, that last level was pretty dope. I'm not gonna lie, because that's where they meet them, like their characters in the game, like themselves in game, and they meet all their monsters. But in the game, the monsters are real. They don't get unmasked or anything like that. So I'm putting this in S tier because I'm probably just for me it's probably more of nostalgia, but I enjoyed the movie a lot. Okay, now the Scooby-Doo movie, the real life version. This is the one where I had Mr. Bean in it. I can't remember the real actor's name. But you guys are probably going to be yelling at me. The real Scooby-Doo movie. This was like in 2002 or 1 or something like that. This is like an early 2000s movie. CGI in this was actually not bad for a 2000s movie at all. They did Scooby-Doo pretty good. I'd say this is by far the best Scooby-Doo like live action film out of all the others. But the music choices that they had in this was great. Storyline was pretty good, and they even had the voice actor of Shaggy, I think, in this film. I can't remember his name, but this movie was pretty good. I'm putting this in S tier. I love it a lot because I've watched. I think that's probably the movie that I've watched the most, honestly. Scooby-Doo: Legend of the Vampire. This movie was. It wasn't my favorite, honestly. It was kind of boring to me. Music was kind of mid, in my opinion. So I've only watched this movie once, and I don't think I ever watched it again. So I'm putting that in D tier. Most of y'all people that love this movie are probably going to yell at me, because you absolutely love this movie. But in my opinion, it just wasn't my favorite. Scooby-Doo and the Monster of Mexico. This is when it had the El Chupacabra in it. Basically the Mexican Bigfoot. This movie was okay as well. It wasn't like special by any means, but I'm gonna put this in like C tier because it's not better than Scooby-Doo Goes to Hollywood. Scooby-Doo 2. This is the second live action film after the Scooby-Doo movie. This is where like some sort of scientist took all the costumes out of the Mystery Inc. like museum, and they used like some sort of like spells or sorcery to like bring all the monsters to actual life. And so Fred, like Scooby-Doo and the gang, like had to take down all the monsters, including the person that was ahead of like behind all of it. This is when they made Velma, like, she was not that bad in this movie. Like, they made her look pretty good, like better than Daphne, honestly, in my opinion, in one scene, especially when she was in a full-on tight suit. It changes a man. So but then again, I'm going to put this in B tier because it's not as goated as the other ones that are above it, but it was still a really good movie. Scooby-Doo and the Loch Ness Monster. This movie had good music in it. Story was okay. I'd say the thing that really carried it the most was the music that was in the movie. It's not. This is kind of a tough one because I like it, but then it's also not like a huge favorite as well. So I would. I'll have to put this in I'm going to put this in C tier. So yeah, Aloha Scooby-Doo. This is where it like what the monster was a tiki, like a tiki wiki or something like that. I can't remember the name. It was a decent movie. I've seen this movie like quite a few times actually. So I think I'll have to make this, like, songs in this were pretty good. Characters, like all the extra characters, were probably some of the best characters there were, honestly. So, in my opinion, this will have to go into B tier. So, yeah, why not? Scooby-Doo, Where's My Mummy? This is where Velma, like, there was actually, like, really no bad guys. It was just people that were, like, trying to get the relics. Monsters were mummies, of course. But it turns out the mummies, I guess I won't really spoil it for anybody who hasn't really seen it. But if you haven't seen it, you probably live under a rock and you need to go watch this movie because it's a pretty damn good movie. Because the ending, like, I remember watching this for the first time. The ending was, like, caught me by surprise because it just blew my mind. Because it wasn't at all who I was expecting it to be. They did a good job on this movie. I'll have to. I feel like, in my opinion, it was better than Scooby-Doo Goes to Hollywood. So I'm gonna put this in A tier. Scooby-Doo Pirates Ahoy. This is where Fred's parents were also were in this movie, and they went on a cruise. And this movie was probably it was probably one of my favorites. Honestly, I watched this movie quite a bit. Songs were great, especially when the pirates took over the cruise ship, and everybody, like, the whole entire party was gone, including the crew. Only Scooby-Doo and his gang was there, along with another guy, and they had to go save Fred's parents because they were taken as well. It was a great ending, to be honest. So I'm gonna have to, it's going in A tier in my opinion. It was a good movie. Scooby-Doo and the Samurai Sword. This is where they went to Tokyo, I believe, and Daphne was invited to go participate in some sort of karate tournament or training in Tokyo or Japan. Tokyo and Japan are the same thing. Crap. I wasn't good in geography, so I don't know. But this is where they had the samurai. I think robotic ninjas too. That was dope as hell. So, songs were good, and they even had a real life dragon in this too. And Scooby and Shaggy had to go on to an adventure to go past water, earth, fire, and air, all four elements of the world, just to go find this dragon to become samurais. It was pretty dope. So, in my opinion, this is A tier material. I'm getting pretty close to my 15-minute mark, so this is going to be a part 1. Come check this video out. When part 2 comes, let me know how you feel about my tier list so far. We have quite a bit of more movies to check out, but Yeah, after saying all that, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to come and check out part 2 when it drops. This might be a part 3-parter, I'm not gonna lie, because there's quite a bit of Scooby-Doo movies. But make sure to do every single thing I told you to do at the beginning of this video. And after saying all that, thank you guys so much for watching. Come back to see a part 2. Yeah, bye.